Hello, everyone. I'm Maria Esther Shahan here, and I just wanted to come and invite you to watch this little video as part of our 21-day Daniel Fast and Prayer program. And I have a wonderful guest that we invited to answer some of the questions that you may have about this Fast and Prayer program. And I have here with us Eunice Simon. Eunice is a nurse practitioner out of Oklahoma City, but I understand you've been having your practice here in Lawton since last year. The thing that we wanted to just kind of as a way of putting some of you at ease, because I know some of you are having questions about specifically the food or whether or not I can do this if I have like acid reflux or something like that. So Eunice, please let us know what do you think if somebody have that kind of condition, can they get in this kind of program, which is not a detox, it's just a Daniel fast. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me, Maria. And yes, I am excited to be out here in Lawton once a week. I'm out at the Aragon Clinic, so if you're looking for a practitioner, that's where I am at on Tuesdays. And thank you for having me on here today. And your question was about acid reflux and
Yes.
whether it's okay to fast if you have that condition. Typically, what we find is that food is the thing that aggravates acid reflux. So anytime that we're giving our stomach a rest from food, it's actually going to be a healing thing for acid reflux.
All right.
So yeah.
Wow. Yes.
So yeah, and we know fasting is so beneficial in so many ways. When we fast, our body actually creates new cells, like the old cells die off. And it's a process called apophagy. So your old cells die off. You get regenerated.
Yes.
When you fast. So don't worry about that hunger pain. You got to push through.
Yeah.
And yes, so acid reflux not an issue.
All right.
Yeah.
So, and I know also that some of the ladies have asked, because I have such a focus on the fasting from negative thinking,
Yes,
right?
so important.
And even though I am a health coach, I do not want it to put an emphasis on a detox diet,
Right.
because this is not what this
That's
is.
not what it is,
Our
yeah.
emphasis here is on the fasting from the wrong thinking, because it is really your mind
Yes.
that gets like in the middle,
In the
even
way.
the middle of the blessings of the Lord, and our
Yes.
minds makes
Yeah.
a big thing out of nothing sometimes.
Right.
And food can be that. Food can be that thing that we hold like an idol almost. I cannot be without my chicken, or I cannot
Coffee.
be without my coffee. I cannot be,
Yeah.
And during these times is an opportunity to deny the flesh and to say, and I have used this example so many times, there is a driver here for this vehicle, and the driver is the spirit.
Right.
It's not the flesh driving itself.
Yeah.
So when we
good.
do this abstaining from certain foods, now we have heard you said, we are actually doing something that is going to
Beneficial.
help us,
Yes.
even because not having to digest so much, and maybe food items that are so heavy or something.
Right.
So
Right.
somebody else also asked me this. It says like, is there such a thing as having a particular kind of diet according to your blood type? Is that the case?
Yes, there is such a thing. And Dr. Peter Didadimo, if anyone's interested, I would highly encourage reading his book. It's called The Blood Type Diet. And he goes into detail about the different types of the diet that is appropriate for your specific blood
right,
type.
okay.
So, for example, type A blood type.
That'd be me.
Yeah. So you would do better on a vegetarian type diet.
Okay.
And then type O would do better on like a more of a meat focused type diet, so they can metabolize it better. This type of diet tells you what your body's able to metabolize well. It even actually tells you what type of exercise is that your body would do better with. So I think there's some benefit to knowing your blood type. So that's a good thing for everyone to know. And then how your body metabolizes it, what type of exercises are beneficial for your particular blood type. But always work with a practitioner, because if you have a condition like an autoimmune condition and say that you're a type A, but yet you're gluten sensitive, you're going to want to work with a practitioner that can help you figure out, my diet says I'm vegetarian, but if I load up on carbs, it doesn't sit well with me. What is the best way to do this? So
well, I'm so glad to hear that from you, and I feel like, okay, I'm so glad that we did a disclaimer, because we did say at the beginning, and I always say it, for those of you that you already have a chronic condition, you need to check with your doctor. Because you need to check with him whether or not, this is the time for you to do this. And if yes, you do, also to be checking with him or with her about, certain things that might just surface during this time. And so, yes, we are good in that. We are good in that. Eunice, you are a woman of God. Yes, you are a nurse practitioner as your profession, but I know that your identity is that you are a woman of God. And what I want you to please share with our friends here, what is your take? What is your thinking, your belief about this type of fast and prayer program? Because I wanted it to make it so much into our fasting from wrong thinking, bringing our first fruits to the Lord. And yes, the food part being secondary and being important in that we deny the flesh. But I want you to share with them, what are your thoughts?
Well, I love what you said, Maria, about that we're fasting from a way of thinking. We're fasting from negative thinking. And so we're putting that at the forefront. We're bringing that to light and saying, hey, negativity or low self-esteem or so any kind of negative thinking, we're shedding light on that. And so that is the focus of this fast. What I would want to just remind our audience is that fasting is not a way to make God love us more, make us more acceptable in God's sight, because that is a works-based theology, and we are not in that.
Yes,
we are in the grace of God. And so fasting is not to get God's favor, but it is more for us to position ourselves, to humble ourselves, to submit our flesh to God, to the Holy Spirit. And like you said earlier, it was so beautiful that the Holy Spirit has to be the driver. And so in saying that this is about grace, we cannot condemn ourselves if we fall off the wagon. We have to have grace and self-compassion, acceptance towards ourselves, because Christ has first loved us, right? Like we didn't love him first. God's love is for you. You cannot do anything to separate God's love for you. So know that. Keep that at the first and foremost. And then know that if this is a journey, it took me years to be able to fast from food altogether. I fell off the bandwagon so many times, but I had to keep on having grace on myself. And so know that it's not about the food. The food is secondary. The first and foremost thing is that this is a posture of your heart.
Yes, it is so beautifully said. It is a posture of your heart. And it's not the time that, okay, I'm going to go in a fast so God can grant me this desire of my heart. Because you know what? He will grant the desires of your heart no matter what. and He's already given us everything that pertains to life and godliness
Yeah.
is already given to us.
Yes.
But we need some learning,
Yeah.
some maturing, some
Yeah.
renewing of our minds.
Yeah.
And this is what it's going to help us with.
Absolutely.
So I'm so glad
Yeah.
to have you here with us.
Thank you for
If
having
you
me.
have any more questions, remember just go in the chat and post your questions right there. And maybe we will have Eunice one more time, right?
I'd love to.
And
Yes. Thank you
wonderful.
for having me.
So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.